Japan is a fascinating country with a rich culture, deep-rooted traditions, and a unique way of life. However, for first-time visitors, it's easy to unknowingly make mistakes that can be considered impolite or even disrespectful. In this video, viewers will learn about 8 common mistakes tourists should avoid to ensure a smooth and respectful travel experience. Make sure to watch until the end to fully prepare for an enjoyable journey in Japan. 1. Speaking loudly in public spaces. One of the first things visitors notice in Japan is the quiet atmosphere, even in crowded areas. Public transportation, in particular, is often silent, with passengers focused on their smartphones, books, or simply resting. Unlike in many other countries, talking loudly on trains, buses, or in public spaces is considered impolite. Tourists traveling with friends or family should be mindful of their volume, especially in these settings. While there are lively places such as izakayas and festivals where loud conversations are normal, keeping voices down in public areas is a sign of respect. 2. Improper trash disposal. Japan is known for its exceptionally clean streets, but many tourists are surprised to find very few public trash bins. This is due to security measures taken after the 1995 Tokyo subway sarin attack, which led to the removal of most public trash cans. As a result, the Japanese have developed a habit of carrying their trash home. Tourists should do the same by keeping a small bag for garbage until a proper disposal site is found. Convenience stores and train stations often have trash bins, but it's important to sort waste correctly. Bottles, cans, and burnable items each have designated disposal areas. 3. Wearing shoes indoors. In Japan, shoes worn outside are considered unclean and should never be worn indoors. This applies not only to private homes, but also to ryokan traditional inns, temples, and some restaurants. Many places with tatami flooring require visitors to remove their shoes entirely, even prohibiting slippers. Tourists should pay attention to signs and follow local customs to avoid unintentionally disrespecting this deeply ingrained cultural practice. 4. Mishandling taxi doors. Japanese taxis have automatic doors, which open and close at the push of a button by the driver. Many tourists, unfamiliar with this system, attempt to open or close the doors manually, sometimes leading to awkward moments. Instead, passengers should simply wait for the door to open automatically upon entering and exit without attempting to close it. Additionally, it is helpful to show the driver the destination's address on a smartphone, as English may not always be understood. 5. Disregarding queuing etiquette. Japan's queuing culture is strict and highly organized. Whether at train stations, convenience stores, or attractions, people patiently wait their turn. Cutting in line is unacceptable and will attract disapproving looks from those around. Another common mistake involves escalator etiquette, which varies by region. In Tokyo and most of eastern Japan, people stand on the left and leave the right side open for those in a hurry. However, in Osaka and western Japan, the rule is reversed. Being aware of these customs will help visitors blend in and avoid inconveniencing locals. 6. Onsen and public bath etiquette. Visiting an onsen, hot spring, or sento, public bath, is a must-have experience in Japan, but these places have strict rules. Tourists should note that wearing swimsuits in an onsen is not allowed. Bathing is done completely naked. Before entering the communal bath, it is essential to wash thoroughly at the shower station. Another important rule is to avoid bringing smartphones or cameras into the bath area, as photography is strictly prohibited. Additionally, some onsen may not allow guests with tattoos due to historical associations with organized crime, though some establishments now offer special stickers to cover tattoos. 7. Improper use of chopsticks. Japanese dining etiquette is highly valued, and mishandling chopsticks can lead to unintentional faux pas. Sticking chopsticks upright into a bowl of rice, for example, resembles a funeral ritual and is considered very bad luck. Passing food directly from one pair of chopsticks to another also mimics a ritual performed during funerals and should be avoided. Instead, food should be placed on a shared plate for others to pick up. Additionally, in Japan, miso soup is typically consumed by sipping directly from the bowl rather than using a spoon. Understanding these small yet significant rules can enhance the dining experience. 8. Disrespecting shrines and temples. Japan's shrines and temples are sacred places, and visitors should approach them with respect. One common mistake is walking directly through the center of a torii gate, the traditional entrance to a shrine, as the middle path is reserved for the gods. It is customary to bow slightly before entering. Another important aspect of shrine visits is the purification ritual using water from a temizuya, water station. Tourists should follow the proper steps. Rinse the left hand, then the right, and finally, take a small sip of water to cleanse the mouth. Prayers at shrines and temples also differ. At shrines, the correct method is 2 bows, 2 claps, and 1 final bow. While at temples, clapping is not part of the ritual. Some areas of shrines and temples prohibit photography, and visitors should always check for signs before taking pictures. Additionally, touching religious statues or artifacts is considered highly disrespectful. By following these customs, tourists can fully appreciate the beauty and significance of Japan's sacred sites. Additional tips for a respectful visit beyond the top 8 mistakes. There are a few additional points travelers should be aware of. In restaurants, tipping is not customary in Japan and may even cause confusion. Instead, showing gratitude through a simple bow or polite words is more appropriate. Additionally, walking while eating is frowned upon in many places, as it is considered poor manners. Tourists should try to enjoy their food while stationary, either inside restaurants or at designated eating areas. Public displays of affection, such as kissing or hugging, are less common in Japan compared to some other countries. While holding hands is generally acceptable, excessive physical contact in public may be seen as inappropriate. Finally, cash is still widely used in Japan, and many small shops and restaurants do not accept credit cards. Travelers should always carry some cash, especially when visiting rural areas or smaller establishments. By being mindful of these cultural differences and etiquette rules, travelers can have a more enjoyable and respectful experience in Japan. Understanding and respecting local customs not only enhances the trip, but also leaves a positive impression on the people of Japan. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stories of Japan for more insights into Japanese culture and travel tips. See you in the next video.